What is up, horror hounds? It is Wednesday, and I know I did a video 2 days ago, but you know, we're all kind of here. It is horror movie review time. I'm going to be reviewing 4 movies instead of 3 because fucking why not? So tonight's first movie is called The Room, and no, it's not that one that you're thinking of. Premise of this movie was this couple moves into a new house, and they at one point had a baby, and I guess a couple of times, but didn't. Awkward. I know. They end up cleaning out this new house, and then they find this room in the back there, back in there. This room, pretty much, if you say that you want something, it will give you whatever you want. Except you can't take anything out of the house that you get from the room. So like money, or paintings, or fucking champagne. Which there was a couple of loopholes in here that both my wife and myself kind of questioned about the whole thing. So if you eat stuff out of the room and then you go out of the house, do you get immediately hungry because it just turns into ash or whatever? There was some pretty horrific things that happened in it. It had a very eerie vibe to it. Both my wife and myself had a fairly good time with this movie up until the ending. It got kind of gross. It was kind of weird. I don't know whether or not to recommend this movie or to poo-poo it. Would I watch it again? Would we watch it again? No, probably not. Meh. Check it out or don't. Moving on to the next video, we're going to go into Overlord. I know I talk a lot of shit about period pieces. However, if there are Nazis involved and super soldiers, I'm kind of a sucker for this style of period piece because, much like probably the rest of you who are subscribed or who are watching, played Wolfenstein and Doom. Who doesn't like killing Nazis? Fuck those guys. These dudes have to go and blow up this radio tower so that the air support can come in and fuck up all of the Nazis, right? About halfway through this movie, we find out that, surprise, surprise, Nazis are doing experiments on the people in the city that they're occupying. And they are horrific. This movie was basically like watching a movie made about Wolfenstein, because there's there's soldiers and they go in and they have a mission, and then they find out that these Nazis are doing all this fucked up shit to all these people, and all of the fucked up shit that the Nazis are doing to these people are turning them into monsters. So this movie was basically Wolfenstein, the movie, and I can tell you guys that the second act of this movie was fucking phenomenal. I mean, it was a wartime gore movie, and then during the second half there was a lot more, and it got real awesome real fast. Absolutely, I would watch this movie again because it was basically like watching Wolfenstein, the movie, without a chain gun Hitler involved. It's streaming somewhere. Whatever. If you guys haven't seen this and you like watching Nazis die, definitely check it out. We're going to go into Annihilation. which I've seen this movie twice now, and both times it has blown my ass off. This movie had monsters, it had special effects, it had beautiful, beautiful cinematography. There was a lot of really weird shit in this movie. This meteor crashes in somewhere on the East Coast at this lighthouse or whatever, and it starts this quarantine region. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to use the Q word right now. Is exposed, and it continues to grow and grow and grow, and like weird shit happens, and they keep sending soldiers in, but they never come back. And so Natalie Portman's character's husband ends up coming back like almost like, I think it's like a year and a half or some shit like that. It's a fucking Fruit Loop. And so then they end up sending Natalie Portman in, and it's this whole weird, really cool, like, rampant paranoia. It had a very Thing feeling to it. All of the monsters in it were really cool. All of the violence in it was really solid. Like, this movie was really, really pretty. It was a really pretty movie. I definitely recommend it if you guys haven't checked it out yet. Annihilation. And I know there's a lot of Natalie Portman haters out there. I'm not particularly for or against. I know my wife is not for, but that's okay. But I mean, like, you know, the acting in it was great. The visuals were breathtaking. Very close to The Cell or The Fall. That was really good. A lot of the visuals in this movie are extremely, extremely well executed. I recommend this movie. I liked it. Corey was on the fence about it, but, I mean, that's okay. I still love her. It's good. And then moving on to our final movie, it's called I See You. And this was kind of one of those movies where it had a really, really slow start to it, and we weren't sure what direction it was going in, and it got really old. Well, I mean, it didn't get really old. It just, it was slow to start. So this movie is about this married couple, and the married couple are both cheating on each other. Spoiler alert. And their son, and then their son kind of gets into some mischief, and then there's like people living upstairs in the attic, and I don't want to give anything else away, but like it gets, like, the second act of this movie was absolutely fucking worth the time invested. But I would recommend it. You got to kind of drudge through the bullshit at the beginning. It's totally worth it at the end. The second act it's really good. I mean, the trailer doesn't really do it very much justice. If you guys are into home invasion movies or anything like the sort, definitely check this one out. You guys will not be sorry. Sit through the first half of it, which is boring as fuck, but the second half, super good. That being said, that is it for me for tonight. Possibly this week. I don't know. We'll see how things play out. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. There's a bell button right down there that you guys need to hit. There's a subscribe button right over by the bell button, I think. Oh, maybe it's over here. Hit that too. Don't forget about Retro Access Deluxe. I will be doing a new video tomorrow. I have no fucking idea what I'm going to be reviewing. Anyways, that's it for me. I will see you guys next week at the latest, and possibly tomorrow at the soonest. I don't know. We'll see how everything goes. Like, share, subscribe, bell button, all of that shit. I will see you guys in the future. Helen Hunt, I believe, is a founder from the Alpha Quadrant, because that's how she looks. All right. Okay. Oh, I love you. Oh, all right. All right. Good night. See you tomorrow. What? Probably. Okay. Close the door. Thank you. Love you.